Let's go.
Welcome to the Ride Home Review,
where we talk about the movie we just watched on our ride home.
Then we do our best to improve the movie by rewriting the story on the fly.
The hosts of the Ride Home Review are sci-fi fantasy author T.K. Thompson
and film pundit Dustin Thompson.
Spoiler alert! Alright everybody, this is your official warning. All of our reviews will be filled with spoilers of the movie. So if you have not seen this movie yet, please listen at your own risk. Hey folks, so we just got done watching Suicide Squad.
Woohoo!
Alright, well Tamra, what do you think about Suicide Squad?
It was pleasantly surprising.
Yeah, and I actually had a lot of fun watching this movie. Like, I know a lot of people are really worried after Batman v Superman what this was going to be like, but it was pretty good.
They got the villains right.
Yeah, the villains were actually really good. The characters were great. A lot of the acting was great. I thought they did a really great job, like, introducing the characters and their backstories. It was like really quick origin stories for them, and I really liked all those flashbacks. I
like how like the plot happened early on in the movie, like, oh, this is what it's going to be about.
Yeah,
like, I don't remember watching the trailers very much, but they were very vague, and so right. I didn't really know what like the obstacle was going to be, or the nemesis was, or anything like that. Like, when they introduced the witch, I'm like, who's the witch? I don't remember the witch. I don't remember no witch.
Right.
And so...
And the fact that she ended up bringing forth the villain of the movie, the big bad, you know.
I think that's why I liked this movie more than what I was expecting, because I was expecting to go in there and be disappointed. I was just like, oh, I'm getting dragged along to this movie.
Yeah.
But I liked it because I didn't know what it was about. All I knew was a bunch of, ragtag misfits, and that was it.
Which goes toward our argument that trailers give away too much these days.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice walking into a movie not knowing every single plot point of the movie. And Suicide Squad, their trailers really just focused on the characters and didn't really tell us the story, which was refreshing, right?
Well, yeah, because, I'm guessing there's going to be another Suicide Squad movie.
Sure, they can.
Right. And so...
they didn't kill everyone off.
The most important part of there being another movie is that having characters you want to follow.
Right.
And they gave us some followable characters, basically.
Right. So let's talk about a few of their characters and which ones we thought were strong, which ones we thought maybe didn't get built up a lot. It really focused on, for me, what I noticed was this was Harley Quinn's and Deadshot's movie.
Right.
Like, I felt like they really nailed their backgrounds, their motivations really, really well. So let's focus on Harley Quinn right now.
Right.
Because she's, played by Margot Robbie. I thought she did a really great job. What do you think?
I think so, too.
Yeah. And I think, like, her introduction, which was really fast, but how she was a psychiatrist at Arkham Asylum and fell in love with the Joker and everything, and all the flashbacks with her and the Joker, I thought were really good. And so when things happened to Harley Quinn, when she reacted in ways that I thought were really believable, and when she thought her puddin' died, I totally bought her sorrow, because they were as crazy and insane it is. They're in love,
Right.
So what do you think?
Right. No, Harley was good, and I thought Deadshot was good.
Oh, he was great. Will Smith is back. To me, he was a great villain in this movie because he really wasn't so much a villain, which is not a bad thing because even all bad guys have things in their life that they care about, unless they're the really insane ones, right? But I mean, even Joker has Harley, and it showed their relationship. How Joker cares about Harley Quinn just as much as she does she cares more about him than he does.
Well,
but
she took the plunge for him.
Yeah, she took the plunge for him, and then he was like, "Oh, I guess I'll go get her." You know what I mean? But I thought Deadshot's story was great.
Yeah.
Will Smith played this character really well, and I totally bought everything he did and said, and I thought he really carried the movie.
Right.
Now, anyone else you want to talk about that they did really, really well? I mean, I think they did really good on everybody, but they didn't necessarily focus on a lot of the backstories and motivations behind the other people.
Right.
But it's hard to do that with 7 leads.
The one person that I wanted more from was the Diablo.
Yeah.
So it's like
he was a deep character. Oh my gosh, that bar scene when he tells his story.
Yeah, but the problem is I already knew that was his backstory before he told it.
It was predictable. Huh?
It was predictable. Yeah. He was so predictable from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all pouting in his little cage saying that he won't ever do it again.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they introduced the file saying that he had a wife. I mean, you already come to the conclusion that he killed his wife. I mean, you didn't know it was his kids, too.
Right.
But the fact is, I didn't feel like I saw his willpower enough.
Right.
You know what I mean? I felt like it was, instantly Deadshot can make him blow up,
Yeah, so maybe he shouldn't have revealed himself completely until the very end.
Well,
maybe, in fact, it would have been even interesting if, he almost got in the way a few times and they saved his butt from being killed.
Yeah, and he was antagonized more by the other villains.
Right.
They were just like, dude, what
You're
are you
a waste
do?
of
Just
space.
Sit around.
Right.
We should just blow off this guy's head because he's, useless.
Right.
There was no internal conflict besides one brief moment or snide comment.
Right. And it was only from Deadshot.
And I wanted to see his willpower because, I mean, I'm guessing this guy's
That's a huge thing, right? In fact, he said he would rather die than really kind of
exactly. So he gave it up too quickly, in my opinion.
Right.
And then I knew he would tell that story, his backstory, and it would be powerful. At some point, it would come out in the movie.
Right.
But I just felt like, it needed to be developed a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And then in the end, when he Mayans out.
Right. Which was really cool.
Right. I felt like it should have been us watching a slower transformation of his anger build.
Right. That's when we should have saw the slow motion scene, right?
It should have been very slow, but we saw this morphism, come
and the
out
anger
of
in his face,
and anger. Because, I mean, that's the epic last battle thing, and I felt like it was a snap, and then it was gone.
So even though we really liked his character and everything about him, we just thought they could have utilized his motivation and feeling by not flaming out earlier on and saving it to the very last battle, and then maybe in that bar scene. So here's my next thing I would rewrite is the bar scene, right? So the bar scene I really liked, but I felt like everyone kind of said, all right, we'll come fight with you without a good enough reason, right? That's just me. Mm-hmm. Maybe it worked for other people, but I felt like Rick Flag, who is played by, we really like him from that one show, but we forget his name. Kinnaman. Is Joel Kinnaman. He plays Rick Flag. I thought he just kind of came in and said, you guys are on your own. You can go wherever you want, and kind of spouted something about his girlfriend. But that wasn't enough to, turn everyone to be with him. I thought that would have been the perfect scene for him to come in and everyone just be, how they were saying, we're all bad people. Harley was like, we're all bad. And after Diablo told his story, to then have Rick Kinnaman and Deadshot say, well, what are we going to do? Sit around here and do nothing? Or we can try to do something right in our life, right? I feel like that would have been the scene to, really get people motivated. And I felt like it didn't happen, right? I don't know about you. Well, what do you think?
That's the thing, too, is I didn't feel like... Because you know how they have this... They tell us a little part of what happened, and then all of a sudden we're flashed into action events.
Right.
Like the witch, she's missing. You know what I mean?
Right.
She's gone, and what's the lady's name?
Amanda Waller.
Yeah, she's like
She's
stabbing
her
the
heart,
witch's
right.
heart or whatever, and why that didn't kill her, I don't know.
Right.
But it's like, when they actually went back and showed everything that happened in that tunnel,
Right.
I didn't feel like it was enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I felt like it was almost an unnecessary flashback to earlier on in the movie, because it really didn't tell us anything more than we already knew.
We can already assume
besides
for
that there was a bomb
ourselves.
there.
Right, besides that there was a bomb there.
They should have just shown that in the original first time they showed that footage.
Yeah, because it wasn't like huge revealing.
Right.
And so his main motivation was to go in and to get, what's her name
The
again?
witch.
Not the witch, the person they're supposed to save. What's her name again?
Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller.
Oh, you mean the whole Suicide Squad is going in to save Amanda Waller.
Yeah. So that's their job. They weren't planning on actually going in and saving the witch.
Enchantress, by the way, is her name.
Enchantress.
It's the witch, it's fine, yeah.
Same thing. She's a witch.
Uh-huh.
But it's like, I don't know.
It just fell a little flat.
It fell a little flat. And that last scene was like, okay, the one character that I just felt like should have had a larger debut
Uh-huh.
in that last scene was the sword fighting lady.
Right.
She's fighting
Katana.
She's supposed to be, I don't even know who she is or what her backstory is, besides the fact that her husband is trapped in her sword.
Right.
But it's like, there's like one scene where she barely gets a fight off with the witch and just falls to her knees, and I'm like, aren't you supposed to be the master swordsman? I thought there should at least been like
she should have held her ground, the best out of anyone.
The best out of everyone. She could have still fallen, but I felt like she was extremely weak. Like, I found a hard time even believing in her. In this movie.
And in reality, the way Harley Quinn killed the witch, really it should have been Katana doing that, but I feel like the directors and writers and producers said, well, everyone loves Harley Quinn, so let's have her be the hero who saves it. But then it also makes sense that Harley would say something like, oh, let's join her, why not? So I kind of didn't hate it, and I didn't love it. I liked it, but you're right. I felt like Katana should have been able to fight a lot more, because they hyped her up as the best fighter. And then Deadshot's just the best shot, right? And then Killer Croc is just vicious, you know what I mean? And then you have Diablo, which is insanely powerful, which he did his part, but then we saw him die, you know?
That was the one thing, too. It's like, this bomb is supposed to kill this ultimate being, but Diablo couldn't burn him to death?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, like, and why couldn't Diablo survive the bomb? Fire? I mean, I don't know.
Too many pieces to pick up?
Right.
I don't know. It just, and I didn't feel like the explosion was enough. I don't know. I felt like it was...
No, I actually agree with you. A bomb shouldn't be able to kill this demon or what's a guy witch again? Warlock, right? I thought there should have been a better way that they killed him, even if it was just Diablo.
I thought it should have just been Diablo that did it. But then we would have lost why Killer Croc was swimming underneath them to undo a bomb.
Okay, and I have a question.
Right.
What happened when Killer Croc was swimming underneath there? It looked like they were killing each other.
It looks like Killer Croc killed the other guys, and then one of the guys made it through and blew himself up.
Right, so what was the whole point? I feel like there's like a whole 2 other scenes that we got cut from the movie.
Exactly.
What the heck happened down there?
There's like
Because was it supposed to be a struggle like, oh, Killer Croc will be the one who sacrifices himself versus the other guys? Like, something happened down there into the water, and it made no sense in the movie. So that part of the movie gets an F, because it makes no sense.
And also, I don't think that they should have been able to give Killer Croc a voice. Like, he should have been like Groot. He can only say one word.
Yeah, or just growl or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, when he started saying sentences, it was just so unnatural to me that I was just like, I don't like it that you're talking. Yeah. You should just be mute and extremely intimidating.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. So, I mean, there are problems with the movie, but I overall really liked it. I was very surprised. So, I'm actually going to give it I was expecting to give this movie like a 2 or maybe 3 stars most, but I'm actually going to give it a 3.75 or even 4 stars. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd have to say that too.
I mean, it's really crazy because all the critics right now online are disagreeing with you and I, Tamara. They're giving it's like 30% in Rotten Tomatoes right now, and I really don't care. It was a really fun movie. It was a daring movie to have all the villains be the bad guys, and they didn't overdo it like Maleficent and make all the bad guys actually good guys. And so I liked it.
I also liked the scenes that they actually put Batman in.
Oh, yeah, they utilized Batman perfectly. Not too much, not too little.
I didn't like, though, that they put Flash in there.
You didn't like Flash? Yeah, I heard the rumors earlier this week, and of course I don't tell Tamara any of this stuff because she doesn't like to hear the stuff about movies before we go watch it. But I heard Flash was going to be in the movie, and I'm like, where are they going to put him in? Is he going to be in there like for 3 seconds? And he was. He was in there for like 3 seconds.
See,
so
I don't like it because in the end, when they show the clip of Bruce talking to Viola Davis or Amanda, whatever, he says, "Let us do this job for you. Disband them." Right. So why was Flash doing it in the beginning?
Well,
why was he capturing
each individual hero was still being a hero in their own way.
But I just don't like that we haven't seen an origin story.
No,
from
it's
him
true.
Yet. All of a sudden, we're just quickly seeing him at a glance in the movie.
I agree. The first time we see the Flash in action should be in the Justice League or a Flash movie, not a quickie that we had in this movie. I agree with you. Even though it was kind of fun to be like, oh, the Flash is here, but then he was gone within 3 seconds, so there's no point in having him in the movie. So. Yeah. But anyways, great movie. You guys should go watch it. We're now at 15 minutes, honey, and we want to keep it short. So we say go see the movie and have fun.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Signing out. Bye.